Now, if I hadn't edited out the part where I said I'm going to do the lye into water next, then I lied. If I did edit it out, you won't know the difference. Essential oils. I want to get these ready. I like to have my ingredients ready before I actually, cook. So I want to get it all measured out. Clean out that ramekin a little more. So that everything is going to be ready to put in to the lye and water mixture and the actual oil mixture. I understand now why they want you to do the lye first, because the lye gets up, yesterday, the last time it was 180 degrees, 190 degrees, and it should take a lot longer for it to cool down, take longer for it to cool down than it takes for the oil to warm up. But I want to just get this together and out of the way. Maybe the next time I do this, I'll actually do the scents, then the lye, and then the oil. I'll figure it out. That's why I'm doing this, and that's why I'm recording these, just to show me what mistakes I'm making, and if I actually do post this on YouTube or Vimeo or all of them or whatever. So you can see the mistakes I made before you try to make homemade your own soap. I like to learn from mistakes of others rather than making the mistakes myself, but this is an exception to that little plan of mine. So here we are. We need orange, lavender, grapefruit, Ylang Ylang something or other. So I've got those 4 over here. I'm going to start with whatever I grab first. Again, I'm going to put these in separate ramekins and then drop it all into this wonderful jelly jar. I want to measure it out separately because, again, you can't take out of a mixture. So we'll separate them out, or I'll separate them out and mix them together once I have the proper measurement. This is going to be the orange oil, which is what I need. Interesting, the instructions say orange times 10, and this says orange times 5. That's lavender. It's pink grapefruit. So yeah, you have okay. So I'm going to assume that this is a misprint, or that's a misprint, or they're both misprints. So I'm just going to do what the instructions say. Oh, 25 grams, so I have to switch the scale from ounces to grams. So turn that on, ooh, take that off. Boom, boom, boom. Grams, all right. Ramekin on, and tear that weight. And put the lavender back over here. So the orange is 25 grams. That's like a quarter of the weight of, well, even less. Oh, hey. And that doesn't pour very well. You can see I'm getting it all over. 10. At this rate, I'm going to have more on the scale than in the ramekin here. 22, 23, 24, 25. Lose a little bit of that. What I'm going to wipe off the scale. If you can see how much is on the scale. This is going to be the nicest smelling dish rag ever. Yeah, that's 2 grams ended up anywhere but the ramekin. All right. I probably do this 1 ramekin instead of 4. Oh, and we'll see how this pours from here to here. Not really well. Alright, so another thing on the list. Something with a spout. Okay, we're going to assume that's enough. I'm sure. What the heck. It's not like I'm going to chew orangey with another 3 or 4 grams, so whatever. If this smells bad, it's my own damn fault, so here we go. Alright, now we're going to go with the lavender. That's going to be 25 grams, so ramekin on. Carrot, hey. Get that lavender. 25 grams of that. There we go, 25 grams right on money there. It's got a nice little orange color right there. It's almost like orange soda. No, I'm not gonna drink that. Alrighty. Next up, going to be the ruby red grapefruit. This says pink. And that's going to be 12.5 grams. So this one's going to be 12.5 grams. That's going to be fun. I don't have a 0.5 on here. All right. There's another one that pours kind of funky. 12. We'll go with 13 because I like grapefruit. There we go. And with these spillage, that's probably 12.5. Yeah, I don't even believe me. Right. And pour that in there. I have done more dishes in the last 2 days than I have, like, seriously, in the last month. It's amazing. This really dirties up some stuff. Maybe I'll buy a bunch of disposable stuff. There's so much scent in there, I can't smell it. Okay, this is going to be the Ylang Ylang III, and that's going to be 12.5 grams. Magic ramekin. Boy, it doesn't like it when I tear stuff, man. Alright. Oh, that's kind of thick. Ooh, hey, that was supposed to be 12.5. I'm at 14, so yeah, I'm gonna have to. I can't. I like that. That's kind of nice. Smells like incense. There we go. So, low waste. That kind of bums me out. Maybe little tiny funnels. You know, if you're watching this video and you're actually kind of laughing at me and enjoying it or saying, you're an idiot, you can always send me stuff. I'll take little tiny funnels. Things with porty spouts, you know, whatever. All right, and that's our concoction right there. It's kind of gross looking. So we'll put that aside, and now I'll actually clean up a little bit, clean up my hands, clean up the thing, and we'll do the lime, the water, and after I get the lime water mixture done, I'll turn on the oils and let that start warming up. Let that start cooling down. This is the part that scares me, is playing with lye. Chemical burns are not really my idea of fun. Inhaling it, you know, since it brings the water in the bucket up to 180, 190 degrees, I don't want to think what it does inside my body. Or inside my lungs, you know. I did say I wasn't going to wear the mask. I look fabulous in this mask. I'm going to use it. I really probably don't need to. This is a pretty well ventilated room. It's a 10 by 10 by 10 with a window that's behind you that you can't see, and a doorway that you can't see going out into the rest of the house. There is a little bit of air circulation in here, not that you can tell by the way I'm sweating, but it can't hurt. I mean, and like I said, I look great in it, so, you know, it's a fashion statement. I might just start wearing this out to job interviews too. All right, so this is for vapors that come out of the water and lime mixture. Nice big chemical resistant gloves. Oops. They go up, they protect my arms pretty good. They go all the way up to beyond the elbow. Problem with this is if you spill in, which is going to be difficult for what I'm doing, if you spill in, then you're really, you know, you've got rubber holding the caustic stuff against your skin, and that's going to hurt. So I've got these to help protect me from playing with the lime and keep my sweaty hands off of the dry powder. And of course, vinegar. This is a mild acid. That's a base, basic chemistry. They cancel each other out and they fizz. We might show you with baking soda and water just for giggles and grins. But I think we've all done that. So I just keep the vinegar around just in case I do get stupid and I spill this on my stuff, or spill some of the either liquid on myself or for some reason reach into the lye with my bare hand so I can wash it off. I also have to flush my hand with water and probably go see a doctor in the emergency room, which would be really fun because I don't have insurance. Yay. So that's why I'm being extra stupid and extra cautious with my wonderful fashion statement here. So what I'm going to do is kind of suit up a little bit. Find my bucket. What I'll do is measure the water in here first, then you pour the dry lye into the water. That way you don't get some kind of volcanic explosion, so the paper's safe. It also makes a little bit more sense. And I don't have my stirring stick and or spoon. So I'm going to do this. And I'm back. Not in my hand, but it's probably absolutely the wrong pose. I'm probably like this before the cut and like this afterward. That's okay, that's part of the fun, right? So my stirring stick, which has some oils for my hands on the handle, so that tastes kind of funky. All right, so what I'm going to do is measure the water first. Don't need gloves for that, I hope. So turn on the scale. This part's done in ounces, while I don't like the mixture between ounces and grams. And that's the way it's done. So this is going to be done in ounces of water. So I gotta get this over the, ounces. Put that on, hit the tare button, which will zero out the weight on that. You can probably see I have a towel right now. It's my rag. There's probably a better way to do all of this. I'll improve over time. All right, so 19 ounces into the water jug. There we go. And 19.25. I don't know if it matters that much, but. Ha! 19 ounces of water. Now here comes the fun part. This is where I suit up a little bit. Oh, let's fix the scale too. Here we go. Alrighty. Take take those off. I really do like this. This is really, it's silly, but I like it. If they start hydrofracking, I'm prepared. Alrighty. So this is the part where you're not going to be able to hear me. I'll probably put on subtitles. Hopefully in English and not in Klingon. Yeah. Again, I'm a bad guy from a cheap sci-fi film, like the TV station, not the... Okay. Got all that. Oops. I need that. Ah. Ooh. Aha. All right, the empty container. Everything's much harder with these gloves on. All right. Yes, I'm using instructions. 207 grams of lye. That's 212, so. All right. 207. This does not want to go back on. Ah. It's on my hands. And now the lye into the water. And in a second or two, you'll see the vapors coming off of here. Oh. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I should get a laser pointer out here. Do I have a laser pointer out here? I do. I don't know what to do with this from now. How about on the rock? 170 degrees. I don't know if you can see that. Alright, so I'll set that aside. And, whoa, not a good idea. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to clean up this mess because I've got lye all over the place. And I don't think that's really good. So I'm going to neutralize the lye and come back to you in a little bit. All right, I'm back again. It's time to mix the oil with the lye and water mixture and the essential oils at light trace. So I'm going to put on the gloves. I don't know if I really need them at this stage, but again, lye here is a good motivator. Now this pot's way up in front. I've got another camera. It's pointing down into it, so you can actually see what the trace looks like. And I totally do not have my stirring spoon. We'll just use the mixer to stir it instead of using it right away as a motorboat or as a fast stir thing. I'll just use it as a big spoon. Now what I'll do is add the lye and water mixture. And I'll start to stir and add. And what I'm doing is waiting for everything to kind of mix in and get a consistent look and color to it before I start blasting it with the stir stick to start trace. So, yep, it's all lye and water in there. Put that over here. And I'll just stir this up just a little bit. I'm just trying to go for the milky yellow kind of creamy texture here. And once that's there, I will start with the motor and get this up to light trace. Again, light trace is supposed to be like really thin pudding, so that when you drip, instead of getting drippies on top, you get actually a little bit of, it settles on the surface. It looks like pudding when you're doing pudding, if you've ever done pudding. Hopefully I'll be able to show you in the video here what it looks like. Now, it looks pretty consistent to me, so I'll start hitting with the motor. Ooh. There we go. It's probably a bit less fluid in here than it was yesterday. Again, all the fun in the world. It's really loud too, so you probably can't hear a word I'm saying. Now you can probably see it's really thickened up. There we go. That's pretty much light trace. Look at that. So I drip some of the stuff on top and it stays there. Mostly when I pull the hand mixer out. So again, I gotta get a pad to put this stuff on when I'm done. Yeah, look at that. Shake it out, it stays right on top. So now I'll just slide that back. Put in the essential oils and mix those in. And then I'll let the soap roll out and pour it in and spread it out, except for I don't have my spatula. Things to remember, always keep your equipment nearby. that's pretty consistent. I'm gonna get a spatula real fast. I know that spatula's in here someplace, but I've got another one. All right, so now I'm gonna move some of this stuff around. Now again, these molds, they come from, it's a slab mold. It comes from Soap Maker's Resource, where I got the kit for this, for the soap itself. It's really neat because instead of using one of those big wooden boxes and having to cut the individual bars, it's got this great divider in here that makes the soap bar like soap for you without really cutting. Let's see. I'm just going to blast this out. There we go. I'm making it a little bit more, a little thicker, a little more pudding like. There we go. Now, if I was thinking, when I added the essential oils, it really yellowed up or oranged up the soap. So, had I been really thinking, well, dude, I'll just pop that off. Watch this, this is fun. Oh, you might not be able to see it. Comes right apart. Oh. When I added the essential oils, it changed it from a pale yellow, changed the liquid from a pale yellow to an orange or yellowy. I could have taken out some of it. I should have taken out like maybe a third of the soap or the soap mix without the essential oil. Pulled some of that aside, put it in another container, mixed in the essential oil with the stuff that I pulled to the side to make that a darker orange or darker yellow, make it this color, and then swirled it in to give a marbled pattern to the soap. I didn't think about that until after I added all the essential oils. So, you know, something you might want to do if you think about things a little bit more than just going and doing them. You can do some kind of neat stuff, I would think. So now I'm going to take my oils, I'm going to put my clothes back on. This is still a little bit caustic. That's part of, I guess, what the curing period is for, is to reduce the effect of the lye, or let it bind a little bit better to the oil so it's not as basic and it doesn't cause chemical burns. Chemical burns while you're showering or taking a bath, bad. So put those back on, start pouring this in. That's kind of goopy, look at that. That's about, I think, where you want it. I mean, that looks real good. I'll get as much of that out as possible. Wow, it smells like orange, mostly. Very, very strongly orange. I'm sure that'll moderate. The house smells a little bit more like the incense smelling essential oil, whatever that was, I can't remember. The stuff that begins with YL. And people laughing at me right now, you don't remember the name of the stuff. Alright, so, got as much out of there as, well, I could probably get more, but it's more than enough for now. So now I'm just going to smooth that edge to edge. Some of the stuff is harder because I can't really get around the table. So it looks a lot more awkward than it really needs to be. Trying to get a nice even top on here so that I don't have, like in the bars you might have seen, the corners were a little less filled, the edges were a little less filled, a little less level. So I'm trying to avoid that. So I'm going to push a little extra into the sides there. Ooh, like maybe a board that's about the same width or length as this would be kind of neat. So I could level it off. Maybe even just kind of dropping it out on the table a little bit. Like you'd do with a thick cake batter. So now I'll just throw in the dividers. That. And you'll see, I mean, if you look at my first batch, you'll see there's actually airspace in this, which is a little bit different than I should have done that before I put in the dividers. A little bit different than the last batch. Boy, at this point I could probably put a thumbprint in these. Nope, okay. Oh, so that's it. I mean, that's what it looks like. It's gonna sit, I have to wrap it up in a blanket in the closet of doom. Wrap it in a blanket, let it sit for 12 to 24 hours again. I'll let it sit to 24 before I remove the dividers and put it on a drying rack to actually begin the drying period. Now, these, again, with what I've read on different websites, it says 4 to 6, 6 to 8. So I'm going to go 6 to 8. The instructions say 6 to 8 weeks, and to flip the bar every week. Just flip it on the other side to help promote airflow, I would think. I will probably do some pictures or maybe a quick video on the progress of these as they cure. This table pen kind of tilts backward. It kind of tilts toward me, so these bars are a little bit thicker than those. Each of these is going to be about 5 ounces worth of soap, standard bar of soap, like of the 99 and 99 100% pure, 97% pure. Those are about 4 ounces. So these bars are a little bit bigger. Most of the bars I've seen selling on the internet are about 3.5 ounces. So these are pretty big bars. Now I'm going to get these, like I said, 6 to 8 weeks. I'll get this out to some of my Twitter friends. Oh, by the way, I'm oddmind, ODD_MIND at Twitter. So if you want to tweet me or send me something, go ahead. I'll probably put it somewhere in the credits too. If this ever gets produced. Yeah, this is really kind of unlevel. It's bothering me. So well, that's it. That's what we got. We got soap, and we've got goop, and in 6 to 8 weeks we'll have soap. So thanks a lot for sticking around, watching the video, and maybe I'll do another one of these and do some experimenting on my own with the oils, the castle mixture, and my scents. Thanks a lot. See you later.